Bradford City have confirmed their second departure of the day as central defender Cheick Diabate has been recalled by parent club Exeter City, and in today's video you're going to find out all my thoughts on this news. If you do go on to enjoy, make sure to like, comment and subscribe. But Bradford City tweeted today at 3:30 PM saying Cheick Diabate has been recalled from his loan spell by Exeter City. Everyone at Bradford City wishes the defender all the best for the future and thank him for his services. Now the article does then read, Diabate returns to Exeter. Cheick Diabate has returned to Exeter City after being recalled by his parent club. The defender, who joined in the summer, made 15 appearances for Graham Alexander's side in all competitions. Everyone at the club would like to thank Cheick for his service and wish him all the best for the future. Now obviously with him rejoining his parent club Exeter City, also tweeted today at 3:30 PM saying Cheick Diabate has been recalled from his loan spell at Bradford City. Cheick made 15 appearances for the Bantams in League 2, the FA Cup and the EFL Trophy. Their article does then read, Cheick Diabate recalled from Bradford City loan. Defender Cheick Diabate has been recalled from his loan at League 2 side Bradford City and has returned to St James Park. Diabate joined the Bantams in August on loan, obviously on transfer deadline day. I do believe there was 5 pieces of business done on that day and Diabate was the first of them. Obviously with Cheick Diabate signing, that was why we allowed Sam Stubbs to go out on loan to Cheltenham. It seems very likely he'll be staying there for the remainder of the season. But obviously Diabate made 15 appearances for the West Yorkshire side in League 2, FA Cup and the EFL Trophy. Speaking about Cheick returning, Gary said, we are delighted to have Cheick back as a member of the squad. He's an academy player and started his loan really well. Sadly he's not featured as much recently. He showed last year in the running after Christmas how good he can be when he is at his very best, and he will need to work hard and show his qualities again to try and get back into the squad and then into the team. Welcome back Cheick. Now having a look at what a few of the Exeter fans were saying on the reply to Exeter's original post about Diabate returning, they seem quite excited by the news, but I think Diabate struggled in League 2 in all honesty. I think his concentration is certainly his biggest downfall. The amount of times where he'd switch off and just silly clumsy things. You know, this is not an 18, 19 year old we're talking about. He's 22 now and he's played a lot of Football League matches, and I just don't ever see him making it as a regular League 1 defender. And I think if Exeter are looking to push on in the second half of the season, from what I saw of him throughout his time at Bradford City, I certainly don't see him being a part of that. Now at the start, in the first couple of matches, I do think he looked quite good in a back four as well. Particularly I remember a game at home to AFC Wimbledon, him and Jack Shepherd were our only two available centre-halves, obviously both loanees, both very young players, and they were absolutely brilliant in that game. But since then it has been a very slow decline for Cheick Diabate. Before we do go any further though with today's video, don't forget to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. Can we try and hit 100 likes on today's video? That would be massively appreciated. And don't forget to get your thoughts in down in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on Exeter City recalling Cheick Diabate? Do you think he should go straight back into their first team, or do you think he should be sent out on loan to another League 2 side? He's only featured once in the league since the end of October, and that was a substitute appearance for around 10 minutes or so. He hasn't really impressed in his last couple of league matches. He just managed the 11 appearances in total, 10 of them being starts with just less than 900 minutes being played. No goals, but he did manage 1 assist away at Exeter, and somebody in the comments one of the previous videos asked me to compare some of the statistics, so we'll go through and do that with Aidan Baldwin. Obviously I don't think either of them two played together, but you can see Baldwin has played a similar amount of minutes in the league and has got the same amount of 0 goals and 1 assist. But we'll go through and compare their passing statistics, as they both for the large part have played on the right of a back three for Bradford City. So Cheick Diabate up at first, then he had a 72% passing accuracy, 82% in his own half and 59% in the opposition half, whereas Aidan Baldwin, he had a 72% passing accuracy as well, 79% in his own half but 64% in the opposition half. So Diabate a little bit better in his own half, Aidan Baldwin a little bit better in the opposition half. In terms of long balls accuracy percentage, Cheick Diabate had 31%, whereas Aidan Baldwin is up at 37%. So you would certainly say in terms of passing, Aidan Baldwin is slightly better from that point of view. In terms of the defensive stats then, Cheick Diabate kept 2 clean sheets. Aidan Baldwin has also managed the 2 clean sheets, so equal from that point of view. Interceptions, Cheick Diabate was 0.5 per game, Aidan Baldwin was 0.7, so Baldwin gets the tick on that one. Tackles per game, Diabate had 1.6 per game, Aidan Baldwin also has 1.6 1.6, so they're very equal from that point of view. Balls recovered per game, Diabate had 3.3 per game, whereas Aidan Baldwin had 2.9 per game, so I guess you would give a tick there to Cheick Diabate. Clearances per game, Diabate had 4.4 per game, whereas Baldwin only had 3.1 per game, so one of them's better at certain things and the other one's better at other things as well. Cheick Diabate had one error which led to a shot, none to a goal, and no penalty offences committed. Aidan Baldwin has had no direct errors which have led to a shot or a goal, but has committed one penalty offence. And in terms of some of the other statistics then, Cheick Diabate wins 55% of his ground duels and 60% of his aerial duels, whereas Aidan Baldwin, he wins 58% of his ground duels but 67% of his aerial duels, which I do think is a little bit surprising, and I'll say that Baldwin is better when it comes to the duels. As we can see here, winning nearly 70% of your duels for a ball-playing defender is quite good, whereas Diabate is meant to be much more of a physical defender, and he clearly struggles with that. So I would say, factoring all them statistics, Aidan Baldwin is a better player than Cheick Diabate, and obviously Diabate has really struggled to find himself in the squad over the last couple of months. In terms then of how Bradford City's squad is now lining up for the 2024-25 campaign, as you can see, the numbers are looking a little bit more healthy after the two departures today. Obviously it was confirmed earlier that Corey Evans has left at Bradford City. Make sure to go check out my video and full thoughts on that departure if you haven't already. But defensively, we knew we needed to improve in this transfer window. We've really struggle for clean sheets all season. I think just 3 or 4 throughout the whole campaign. That simply isn't good enough. Obviously Callum Johnson coming back to fitness is massive for us. Aidan Baldwin and Kieran Kelly recently returning, but I still do believe we need to get another centre back or two in this window, in my opinion. I still do believe there'll be at least one more central defender departure. Who that'll be, I guess only time will tell, but I certainly think, obviously we know we need to improve in that striker position. I mentioned it in the video earlier about what we need to do in there, and don't be surprised if there is another midfield departure or two. But I think Diabate going back to Exeter is best for all parties. He's a young player, he needs to be playing regular first team football, and he's not going to get that at Bradford City. With how poor he'd been in his final few appearances for the football club, it does make sense for him to go back to Exeter, and I would personally send him out on loan to a club with a little bit less pressure. I think at times the big crowds did get on top of Cheick Diabate, and he do some rash, clumsy decisions. I remember away at Tranmere, he was already on a yellow card and he went sliding in for a ball he was never going to win, and if Amari Patrick was a little bit smarter, he would have, dived there and got him sent off. And it's just them things where I think if you're 18, 19, 20, you can get away with, and you go, maybe that's a bit naive, bit of inexperience. But Diabate is 22, 23 now. He needs to know a lot better than that, and I do think he's going to struggle going back and playing regularly in Exeter's first team. I think he needs to go out on loan, someone like a Swindon, a Colchester, a team like that for example, and play for the remainder of the season. I don't think he was completely useless like what some Bradford City fans will make out. I do certainly think we've got worse defenders than Diabate, but I don't think he's quite up to that standard consistently to play in a side who are looking to get promoted this season out of League 2. I think the pressure is a little bit too much for him at times, and you do need a little bit more experience. And now, like I said, at the start of his loan spell, he looked really promising, and maybe him playing as a right centre-back wasn't the best for him, because I think in the middle of a back three that would have suited him a little bit more. But with player availability at the time, the only real opportunity he got to start in the middle of a back three was away at Tranmere, and obviously we kept a clean sheet in that game and they never really looked like scoring. So maybe it is just one of them things in football where it's about luck and things have got to fall into the right place, and it didn't quite happen for Cheick Diabate. I wish him all the best. He always gave it 110% throughout his time at Bradford City, but sadly he just didn't quite have that quality and the concentration needed. He switched off so many times and it was a little bit frustrating. He'd just do clumsy things where you can't afford to do that in a side who are wanting to win promotion this season. So I wish Diabate all the best. Get your thoughts in on this departure down in the comment section down below. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. 100 likes on today's video will be massively appreciated. Go check out my thoughts on Corey Evans departing as well, and I'll see you very soon for another one.